Hello, welcome back to Ones of the Force, a Star Wars podcast, a very special episode of us breaking down and reviewing the first official trailer for the new Solo film. And of course, joined as usual by Dave. George is off working sadly, but Dave, hello, good evening.
You all right, my friend? You good?
Yeah, a little apprehensive here. We've seen the trailer a couple of times. This is going to be a very interesting one, kind of looking how we feel about this.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it. Obviously, I saw the teaser trailer last night when it kind of broke early in the game. NFL game. There's some NFL game apparently going on last night.
Yeah, I'm going to gloss over that one. Patriots fan for life, and that's just all.
But other than that, yeah. So we saw the 45-second teaser. We're not going to talk about it because literally everything that's in this teaser is in the full. Still, it is a teaser trailer. We got a teaser trailer for a teaser trailer. Which is bizarre. I thought we would get the full thing, but no, it's we'll have a good chat about it, and we'll see what we thought and what our overall thoughts are so far, based on a minute and change of what we got.
Yeah, 1 minute and 43 seconds to be precise. Yeah, so this is going to be we've waited a long time for this.
I can't even tell you when this all broke, and we're now only getting. I mean, it was called that literally as soon as Last Jedi was finished, and Phil, you called that would hit Super Bowl, that we get something. So it's been coming, but we've been waiting for something from Solo for a long since the Lego leaks started coming out. I think we're really expected trailers and stuff. And I mean, we're talking a good month and a half ish.
A good 6 weeks, yeah. Especially, I think it was since we had that first bit of artwork that got leaked.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a good long time ago for us to kind of think, oh well, if that's out now, they're going to push something out because they want something official out there. Nope, just held onto it. Just craziness that we've had to wait this time. And the film's out in
4 months to go.
It's nuts.
Indeed. So we're going to talk you in, and we will watch the trailer together, and then we're going to break it down for you. We're going to give you our thoughts and see where this takes us. This video could be very interesting by the end of it, and we look forward to having George on for our regular show next week, and he'll give us his thoughts then on this one. But for now, got the trailer loaded up. It's lined up to 000. Dave, are you ready?
Yeah, ready to go.
Okay, so playing on 000 in 3, 2, 1, and play.
I do like that speeder. It's but very Ron Howard. Very Ron Howard.
Epic power slide.
It looks a bit earthy. That's probably my favorite two shots of the trailer. And those two there. We'll get into those once we get through. Harrison and awesome. Smooth, man. I thought that was Mars at first.
Same. Where's the original bandolier?
Oh, Canto Bite. Oh, no, probably not. No, it's okay.
I love that visual.
And there we have it. That is the trailer for, that's the teaser trailer for Solo, a Star Wars story. Immediate thoughts, Phil, after you saw this? First run through.
The very first run through. The very first time I saw the teaser for the teaser, of course, was during the game. And I was probably more vested in the game, I must admit, being circumstances as they were. But I was very excited when I saw it for the first time. But when I watched the full trailer for the first time, my initial reaction is I love it, but I love everything except Ulrich. I don't like his accent or lack thereof. It's not. He doesn't sound like Han, and it takes me out of it completely.
I think you're right. I mean, the first watch, there are some epic visuals in there. Really are.
Yeah, I mean, the Star Destroyer coming out of the fog is just by far the coolest thing ever.
And I love that shot of the interior of the Falcon where it's literally spanking brand new white. Everything is to know where we get to in the Falcon, how dirty that bit is, where we see there that corridor is great. There are some excellent visuals, but I think you're right. When we're watching a film called Solo, that is where your film lives or dies. I'm sorry, but it is. The rest of the supporting characters might be amazing, but this is Solo. This is not Lando, and it's not Chewie, and it's not other characters surrounding. This is Solo, and you're right. It's one of the things I think I put in the group chat is he's not even trying to do a Harrison Ford impression. No. Like you would think he'd try and mimic something in the way he speaks, and it just sounds like he's just doing his natural voice. And you're right, it takes you out of the character. And I think the only way I can kind of justify it with myself is, and I've had to, because and the weird thing is you shouldn't have to. This trailer should sell on everything you need, but
yeah,
we've all, for some generation, eventually this will be their Han Solo, which will be weird. People are going to come to this film. Young kids, this might be their first foreign to Star Wars. This will be their Han Solo, and they'll wonder who the other guy is when they see A New Hope. Weirdly, and I don't like that. But so my only way of kind of settling it in my own head is end of the Last Jedi, where those kids are playing with the toys and they're showing what Luke did, and that's how they get the hope out there, saying there's hope because these kids are now talking about Luke Skywalker. The only way I can take this is that if this is a story, it's a Star Wars story told from other people. So to describe Han Solo as a young guy with this color hair and Caucasian and this is what he was like, could be anybody. You could fit that in anybody. And I think that's the only way for myself. Chewie, you can't get that wrong. He's a dog-like creature. Everyone's going to know what it looks like. So that's really kind of in my head that this is a story. Wrong,
where the hell is the original Bandolier? He has that in episode 3 for crying out loud.
He does,
what?
Yeah. So, in episode, I don't know where we're going to fall in the timeline with this movie is the other thing. Like you were saying there, in episode 3, he has that bandolier.
Right. Well, the way it falls is it's quite clearly between 3 and 4 because there are
the troopers. Yeah, that's an excellent point. I forgot all about the trooper makeup. Yeah, so maybe just like every now and again rocking a two strap. Like kids with rucksacks these days. One strap, two. Whatever's cool.
Also, annoyingly begs the point. Why doesn't Han believe in Jedi when he grew up in the Clone Wars?
Well, that's a story for another time.
Although speaking of that, again, I'm with you 100%. Until I watched it just before you joined me on the Hangout here.
Yeah.
I thought it was Maz.
Yeah, in the seat. Yeah, I did as well. The first time I saw it, I had to go back, jump back. Was that Maz? And literally, because we know Lupita Nyong'o's contract and her manager are amazing at getting her into these movies. So
not as good as Jones's agent for getting the price. I guess if you pay them.
Yeah.
But you've got to wonder what. Right, we've forgotten her name now.
Who are you talking about? Who? Come on, give me a clue.
Oh, Kelly C. You know her name.
No, Game of Thrones chick.
Yes.
No, you're right. I have no idea. I don't watch Game of Thrones, so that doesn't make life easy. But what we'll do is we'll gloss over that. She's hardly in the trailer. She comes out. She looks like she might. She comes out of the Falcon throughout the trailer. And there's this strange robot behind her. So it's you kind of don't know how the setup is. We obviously know Lando owns that before Han owns the Falcon. I'm at a point of wondering: is this the Falcon?
Emilia Clarke, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Oh,
well
Blind with Black. That's one of those things you go, this is. Wait a second. It goes blank. Yes. Yeah, it's very interesting. How come out that it is almost an Imperial outfit?
It looks very the style of it. I thought the underside looks a bit like Asajj Ventress, sort of style towards the end of the Clone Wars. I thought the inside tunic and stuff looked a lot like that. Was my immediate thought when I saw her. All of her visuals look cool, and she has a few lines in the trailer. There's that scene where we're in a bar as well. I don't know what that is. That woman in gold dancing in the middle.
It's a bar because it's Star Wars. There is a cantina.
Yeah, you got a point. As long as it's not Canto, we'll be fine. Well,
it could be Canto as long as it's something different.
Yeah, absolutely, a different area.
However, though, I have to admit. So, going back to the trailer, before that, you have her first scenes with the speeder.
Yes.
I'm really hoping that's Corellia, because I know we've had Corellia confirmed to be in this film. I think that's one of the things I'm most excited to see because it's been mentioned so often. Because we're going, I've been running tricks on this street since I was a kid.
Since I was 10. I mean, it harkens back, and it looks very much like George Lucas would have shot this movie. You know, he would have had a drag race, that kind of thing. That it is very Lucas-esque, and
it was American Graffiti. You know,
and it's written all over that scene. That speed that he's going in looks so like obviously very much a car. But it's very well done. This does have Ron Howard's stamp all over every scene that you see.
But that's not a bad thing, though.
No, there is no sign of. I really think that we're going to see a Ron Howard movie. I think we will see not a stitch of footage that was done before he took over. I'd be very surprised. It might be a few bits and pieces, but I think it'd be very, very few and far between.
I mean, one of my thoughts is personally maybe Ulrich was trying to do a Harrison Ford impression with Lord and Miller, and Ron Howard didn't like it.
Maybe we just said, look, just be yourself. You're going to be. This is your character now. Take it as you want to, and you might well be right. You're right though. In the trailer, I was expecting a bit of a grumbly solo, just something that to me said Harrison Ford, and maybe maybe you're absolutely spot on. Maybe Ron Howard went in and said, "Look, this is not a Harrison Ford Han Solo movie. We're shooting our own Han Solo movie. Play it as you need to." And maybe that's a wise thing. Maybe they will take this character where he wants to, rather than. He's got an endpoint he needs to get to where this character has to end, but this story could be played out over a couple of days. You know, it could be a very short timeline for the story overall. We don't have no idea how, like Phil says, we know kind of where it's based, like how the period it's in, but no idea how long it's going to. I wouldn't have thought it'd be a long period of time.
Yeah,
you're probably just talking a mission of some variety. But yeah, this trailer. You're right. There are things that I really love.
Yeah, so for me, the thing I love the most is it's more in the teaser for the teaser than the actual teaser, which is where you have the Star Destroyer just appearing through the fog, and that is just incredible. That's got to be atmospheric, but like could be the beginning of Kessel Run or something. But it's incredible, and that the new Star TIE Fighter with the turret on it, that's pretty cool.
It is. I mean, we get our first shots of Lando as well.
We'll get on to Lando in a second. Lando's one of my favourite parts of the trailer. I like to leave the good bits for now.
Okay.
What annoys me is that scene then contains the first bit of Solo wit in this trailer, and it doesn't hit home. It's not the whole. It's fine. We're fine. He doesn't have the nuances of Ford, and I'm worried that it's not going to carry over.
And also, I mean, that part you're talking about, literally the closing of the trailer. I also dislike the big creature arms.
That's going to be an interesting one to see why or where they fit in.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it for now, purely because there's so little we know. I'm just going to leave it as that looks cool for now. I'm okay. I agree with you. It's weird, but at the same time, because it's so little context.
Yeah,
I'll leave it as for now. But I do agree with you. It's a little weird, but. Yeah, but although Lando's pimp coat in the teaser for the teaser again is awesome. I mean that smile that Donald Glover does in the main teaser trailer is spot on. And a friend of mine, Matt, who is a regular watcher of ours, again he theorized you didn't need to have a young Solo story and New Hope was its origin story. We could have quite easily had a young Lando origin story. And I'm starting to think this is really where it should have been.
I think you've got a good point. I don't see why. You're right. An origin point is not needed for Solo. Everyone kind of knows the history of how him and Chewie got together and how that all played out. To see how Lando came to get a gas mine, to see how that all happened. Yeah, to see how that became. And I think there's the only one thing I dislike, kind of where we see Glover, and he's in that furry coat, standing on top of the mountain range. It's just so earthbound. You know what I mean? It's not quite exotic enough for Star Wars. But that's a glimpse. I mean, it literally is a tiny glimpse. And then I think, to be honest, we get two of my favourite shots after we've seen Donald Glover. One of the spanking white hallway of the Millennium Falcon, if that is indeed the Falcon that we come to know and love. And then that really almost a cyan shot of Han Solo looking up at the Falcon cockpit from the floor. Yeah, I think that's an absolutely beautiful shot. It
reminds me very much of the asteroid.
Yes, yeah. From Empire when they're inside. Yeah, absolutely. Get our first look at Woody Harrelson's character as well. Just seeing he's putting the crew together.
That his character intrigues me quite a bit. I think Emilia Clarke and Woody Harrelson's characters are going to be two of the most interesting in this film because we know Solo, we know Lando, we know Chewie. The droids are droids; they're always in it. But his character is one that is very polarized. He's not Imperial. He's not. Well, we don't even know exactly what he is yet, but it'd be interesting to see how and where he lines up in all this.
Definitely, and to see what side they're playing for. I mean, obviously they're against the Empire, obviously chasing them. That we see when Han pulls the funny flip maneuver and knocks the TIE fighter. Over with that.
That looked cool. However, that's not the Falcon. It just isn't. It's filled in. It just doesn't make sense to me, and it's blue and it's no.
I mean, it's not the only YT freighter out there. Who knows if it is the actual
Falcon? Yeah,
Falcon that's owned. I think it will turn out to be, but maybe not. Maybe there's just to say it's not going to be the only YT freighter in the galaxy. There are going to be others. We get to see some of the gunslinger action as well. That seems very much into literally a shot of Han standing, gun drawn. Well, he opens the clasp that's holding the gun in. So obviously going down that route. A lot of just quick cuts as well, and it's again just everything we see. And this again is a teaser trailer. This is not the full trailer yet, so we're not getting really any story officially yet. Just this has given us our first glimpse of the characters. And you're right, the only one that falls flat for me at the moment is our protagonist. Yeah, and
this is the worrying part.
Yeah, you need your big sell. This is.
Yeah,
his name.
I don't remember the name of the actor. Matt will correct me when I speak to him next. He showed me a clip from a film that a young actor did who looks and sounds. Yeah, God, why didn't they cast him?
It was a big thing when this film was stated that he was probably going to be a frontrunner for the job because in Age of Adeline, if anyone's seen it, it's I can't remember the girl's name either. Who's in it?
Yeah, I know who you mean again.
Yeah, sorry, this is not your place for names, but yeah, I knew the name of the film, so that's a good thing.
Yes.
Age of Adeline there's a guy playing the young Harrison Ford, and he is pitch perfect through that film. I mean, he plays it, and you can just, all you think in your head is that is a young Harrison Ford. There's no doubt in your mind about it.
That's good CG, how they've done that. Oh, wait a second, that's someone else. Holy, yeah.
And the only other thing I kind of think now is in the digital age where we are, and I know probably at the end of the day, they wouldn't have been able to drive enough money up to the front of Harrison Ford's house to get him to do this. But in the age of where they can do such good de-aging, and yes, it would have meant probably someone else playing the body and then...
And ADR.
Yeah, and I think, yes, it would have been tricky, but when you see in the Marvel Universe where we have Robert Downey Jr. taken right down to when he was a young actor...
That scene was incredible.
You see Michael Douglas again taken back to how he looked, and probably one of I'm sure I think there was another one that looked. Not Michael Douglas. At the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell, yeah.
When he's that opening scene from that movie, that is incredible work. So it's out there, and I just think if maybe they could have taken 2 dumper trucks of money up to Harrison Ford's house, or a new plane. With some stabilizers, because but yeah, if they could have maybe just some scenes when he's sat or something, I think we might have got a different reaction out of us all to see that character back.
I think the problem is it all stems back to Lord and Miller and the choices they made. I mean, it had to be something dire for Disney to reshoot 90% of the movie.
Definitely not the direction. I mean, I don't know how it got as far down the line as it did, because obviously there's dailies out there. They had to have been putting this together, and why it took Kathleen Kennedy so long. Obviously, we've seen Colin Trevorrow got nowhere near 9 before he was off. And for these guys to get down and start actually shooting the movie before getting removed, I think
they're nearly finished.
Yeah, and I think it put Ron Howard in the hole there. That's not his cast, although I think 99.9% of this cast are brilliant and excellent choices. I don't. And you know what? We're basing this on one teaser trailer and
a teaser for a teaser trailer.
Yeah, and who knows? We could see the film and be blown away by the story and the action.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll all be there at the maybe not the midnight showing, maybe, who knows.
They'll all do midnight. We know it will do.
But I mean, sure, we might have a different opinion of it then. But right now, he seems to be a little bit of the weak link for me in this. And you're right, it just doesn't feel like Han Solo.
I mean, it could be that by the end of it, before we get to 9, Star Wars will hit 2 and 2. You know, 7 was good. Rogue One was perfect. 8 was pretty damn good. Solo at the moment could be flatlining.
It's going to be tough
before we get to 9.
Yeah, you really haven't. They're going to have to sell it because there's no more Star Wars now. After this film comes out, and we've got nothing till Christmas 19. So we've got sort of 18 months where we've got nothing at all. Our show is going to be amazing, by the way.
No, we have plenty of stuff for that. That's a different thing.
Yeah. So, but no, it's this is the only thing I can go back to is this is your big sell. This is Solo. This is not just an adventure in space somewhere where there's another. It could have been any character. This guy could have played a smuggler of any kind. It didn't.
They could have done Dash Rendar. In fact, when the ending of the first teaser, you have that look through that grate, and he's looking away. It looks so much like Dash Rendar. It's ridiculous.
Less 16-bitty, but yeah.
Yeah. For those of you who are unaware, Dash Rendar was from Shadows of the Empire, which was part of the old EU, and one of the best games I ever played on the N64. I love that game.
It's just, yeah, I'm disappointed. Don't get me wrong. The trailer itself does a very good job of selling the rest of the movie to me. I do want. It's not like I've sat and gone, I've got no interest in seeing that. I absolutely want to see the movie based on the footage that I've seen. That has sold a movie that I was already sold for a ticket. You're already sold for a ticket, George.
Of course.
Might not be. We'll get him. We'll drag him. Don't worry. It's just I was expecting a bit more, I think, and I think we need the full trailer. We need to see him in action a little bit more.
I think the problem they had with the start ever since they announced it is, well, it's Harrison Ford's character. How are they going to do that? They were always going to have an uphill battle because that's Solo. It's like they did a young Luke film, which is A New Hope. Yeah, you don't want Mark Hamill. There are certain people who can only play certain characters.
Yeah, I agree with that, and you're right. I mean, it could have been any other character. We could have had a Yoda movie and the Obi-Wan movie that people are crying out for. Where you've got Ewan McGregor. That is
the thing, though, because that's a great example. Ewan McGregor evolved his character, and by the end of 3, he was close to the Alec Guinness character we get in 4. Yes, there's still a massive 20-year gap in between the two of them. However, he evolved his character to the point of we want to see him do a Kenobi film. But we want him because he's the only person that can play the young Kenobi, but he's also the only one who can bridge the gap between the Alec Guinness character and where he left in episode 3. Whereas with this, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm excited. I mean, we've got a comment here from Jaw2190 saying, I'm still keen to see it, but it hasn't got me feeling really excited for it. Again, we agree here. We
agree, yeah.
We really want to see it. And I'm still excited for it in terms of it's still another Star Wars film. And I really, really want to see how a canonical way of how Chewie met Han. That, for me, is the selling point of this film, regardless of the footage. That was what I wanted to go and see. And with the footage, yes, there's so many cool things. But yeah, agreed. I'm not as hyped as I was maybe for 8 and Rogue One especially. I mean, 7, nothing will get me as hyped as that purely because we had a 10-year gap between 3 and 7. And I wasn't around long enough to have a huge gap for me between 6 and 1, although I do remember a good few years between the two of them. So my first time seeing Star Wars was in 97 for the re-release. So I did spend 2 years with only the original trilogy for my Star Wars, which I feel lucky to have that because then I watched the prequels and went, okay, well, they're not as good as the originals, they're good, and I can appreciate them, but no, it's the originals. And then to have this era, but to have 10 years without it and build the hype, 7 nothing was ever going to eclipse the hype for that. But my thoughts was going steadily down and down and down and down and down until my expectations have hit the floor. So I'm going to go into that film with an open mind. I'm going to give it, 100% open and honest shot. But I don't expect much.
Yeah, and I think that might be how it wins. at the end of the day, that people are going to go in with this expectation that they're going to see a film like, yeah, we'll go see it and see what it's like. And I think if it's even halfway decent, I think it'll get a lot of traction that way. I think a lot of people are going to go see it because of they think it might be a failure. And that will certainly drive a few people to see it, to go to those people who want to come out and go, no, it was terrible, because you'll get those people anyway who are ready now. Because don't get me wrong, as much as there are the letdown of the lead on this trailer and of Alden
Ehrenreich.
Yes, Alden. Sorry. There's a lot that I see. This hasn't put me off the movie at all. I definitely want to be there, and I'll probably give it a good few viewings as well, the same as we have with all the other Star Wars films that have come out. But yeah, I think it's just a little meh at the minute, just not quite sold.
I'm more excited now than I was before, but I'm still not 100% sold. Yeah, I agree with you there.
A lot of set pieces. And, I'm very happy that we're seeing a Ron Howard movie. I think we're gonna, like I say, I think if it's 2% of the final movie that's left from what they shot originally, I'll be shocked. Yeah. I think this is going to literally have Lord Miller nowhere near the credits of this movie. They'll probably have to be somewhere down there, named as something. I don't know, T-Boys or something.
Writers, maybe.
Yeah, something like down that line. But yeah, it's. I mean, we've kind of come on and just kind of ranted at the guy playing Solo, but the trailer itself, it's come out, it's out there in the world.
The other thing actually is the music. That's the other thing we were talking about, because the music has had a polarizing opinion. I like it, but it's a very weird one, because it opens up with that tick 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 sound, the flicking switch on, and then a guitar, a very heavy guitar, which is so unusual for the Star Wars universe, that it was a different moment. I mean, I think that's what they're trying to sell from the start, is it's a different style. They have to, but I like it. But
Clone Wars had a guitar in their opening.
Guitar was amazing.
Yeah, it's a very unusual instrument to have in the Star Wars sound. I don't know if I'm keen on the Star Wars title in that. And I don't know if that's the theme that Williams has worked on, or I can't see it being the theme.
He's doing the theme.
I just don't think that. I don't think that's going to be,
because if you remember from what we've had from Rogue One and 7 and 8, the trailer themes are never in the final film.
And we know from Star Wars trailers as well, they often lie to us too. Well, Rogue One did anyway. So it's a different film entirely.
I want to know what the hell that TIE Fighter was doing. Eventually, when they release like the big box set of all of them, they have the deleted scenes and the commentaries, and go, right, I want to find out what that TIE Fighter was doing and where it went. Because for me, that's the biggest unanswered question. He's answered, well, yes, we moved from the beach and we did everything else, but this lone TIE Fighter just going, hello, I'm going to shoot you now. But where's that gone?
It's so much was changed, you can just tell.
Yeah.
But back to Solo, I just think it's come out, and there are a lot of people out there who've really enjoyed the trailer. I think myself, I've enjoyed the trailer, just
I enjoyed it.
One performance in it, really. And that's just because he doesn't land. And you're right. I think they've got an uphill task, because this is not Harrison Ford. That's where everyone's issues are going to lie. I don't think anywhere else in that film or in any of the trailers that come out, you're going to go, people go, oh, the rest of it looks great. It's just you have to now get your head around this actor playing
George made a
someone
very
we've
good
known.
point, because I said it takes some getting used to, and he goes, well, you shouldn't have to get used to it.
Yeah, it should be something instant. You should just know that that's your Han Solo. And I just think it might just even be, if you just had a little bit of inflection in his voice, anything at all, then it might have changed how we viewed him. But you know what? We've got a full trailer still to come. Probably about 84 TV spots after that.
And that'll be after the film comes out, based on the timeline we've had so far for this film.
But it's just, it's a strange one. I'm glad it's out in the world now. I'm glad we're starting to see. We got some posters. The posters are really nice.
We'll discuss those on our show next week. The posters, they do look lovely.
Yeah, we've got a lot to kind of come. And I think in the next, now we've got the teaser out.
I was also happy that I called the timing. That's perfect.
You did absolutely call it. And we've now got this build up, and it's going to ramp up. And I think we're going to see more and more. And I think we will see a lot more of Alden's performance in the other trailers, because again, that's what they're having to sell people on. Other characters, they don't have to. They have to sell you on how good this guy can play Han Solo, and that might be where they struggle. It might be this will be where they win or lose this movie.
Indeed, I'm also interested to see some of the other EU characters, being like Tag and Motti. That's going to be interesting to see. So there's a lot to see. There's a lot to look forward to, in Dash Rendar, a Star Wars story. And yeah, no, it's good. As I said, it's good to have it in the world. It's good to start the talk. It's good to start the build up. You know, we're going to be building it up here on the channel for the next few months. And we'll let you know what we're going to be doing. We'll do more trailer reactions. We'll have more discussions. We'll have previews. We've got toys coming out. We've got some posters coming up. We'll have interviews. We'll have the Star Wars show giving us our weekly news. We'll have everything for you. So it should all be good. And yeah, it's good. No matter where this film lies in the list at the end, we'll probably enjoy it. That's the only thing we can say. We'll probably enjoy it. It may not be the best Star Wars film ever, but as long as it's not The Phantom Menace again, we'll be absolutely fine. Or at least Attack of the Clones. Oh dear. As long as he doesn't rant about sand, we'll be absolutely fine.
We'll be all good. We'll be all good like that. So yeah, this was literally just us coming online. We wanted to kind of get on. Didn't want to leave it till next week, so there's been a whole week. We just want to get on and talk about the trailer. If you've been on with us, thank you very much. This will be appearing on YouTube very soon. We'll have to also embed the trailer into it, so you can watch along with us as well. But yeah, so it was just a quick discussion. I think our overall thoughts are that we are very happy with the trailer. Happy that it's out there. Just not overly sold on our lead actor at the moment.
Yeah, we love everything but, which is never really an amazing sign. But at the same time,
I'm going to give it like a B-. That's my score at the moment. I'm giving it a B-.
C+.
All right, cool.
So with it's not the worst trailer I've ever seen. It's not the best, but yeah. Then to be fair though, as I said, the teaser for the teaser had a couple of shots in it that weren't in the main one, like the train and all the rest of it. But either way, visuals are good, music's interesting. Not good or bad, just interesting. Other actors, good. Donald Glover, yes. Yes. Space Pimp coat, yes. Han Solo, let's keep on watching and see. And I think that's about it. Is there anything else? Yeah, and Jaw2190, which is, I believe it's John, he's going to C-. So we're in that C to B.
Fair, yeah, that's absolutely, we're there at the moment.
Indeed. I think that's about it. Is there anything else you want to add on to that?
No, just that we will be back next Wednesday, our usual time of 8 o'clock-ish. Never exactly prompt. But yeah, so we will be back next Wednesday. We'll talk about all the rest of the news. We'll get George's opinions on the trailer, exactly what he thought, and I'm sure that'll be a good watch. So yeah, over to you to close us out, Phil.
Indeed. Well, as I said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Join us next week. And yes, we were ones of the Force. May the Force always be with you. Good night.